So this is the first video that we're gonna do with this new camera. It's all in preparation basically for a trip of a lifetime. I have just resigned from all my local duties in the Philippines, and I've taken an international role, and I'll be traveling again and living abroad pretty much most of the year. It's timing that I'm doing a family trip to Fukuoka, and I thought that it would be a great opportunity to document it and share it with everyone. This is along the river. Basically, there's street food. The street food scene in Fukuoka is very much alive. Let's say that again. The street food scene in Fukuoka is, let's say that again. So, the street food scene here in Fukuoka. So yes, the street food scene in Fukuoka. The street food scene in Fukuoka is very much alive. You'll see a lot of these yatais, they call them, which are like little huts where they cook in the back and can sit about 8 to 10 people all around close to the river. You can just walk them, and each one has a different menu basically. There's a store called Don Quixote, which I actually experienced when I was living in Japan. And it was funny when my sister mentioned, let's go to Don Quixote. I mean, for what? Basically, I forgot. It has everything. Yo. No. When I say everything, it's not like an SNR. It just has anything you can think of, it's there. We also found, you know, items for pleasure. It was just really hilarious when my sister goes, look at this. And it's supposed to give you a... Sounds like it's worth it. Sounds like it's worth it. It's a deep throat machine.
Okay, right here. Yeah, I love it.
Butabara to the world! It says we are spreading Hakata's Yakitori to the whole world. Hells yes. Pork back ribs, popular yakitori, and I now know why, because it's really so juicy and tender. Is that the most popular dish here? They're really known for it. Yeah, awesome. One order is 2 pieces, correct. We got around basically by taxi, and then we also went to Hiroshima by train.
Make it cool stuff.
Hiroshima was my dad's idea, and apparently because he flew in with my sister a bit earlier in the day, and I think he must have found it like in what he was reading, but he only thought about it that time as a day trip, and it was a good suggestion, and I'm happy that we actually did Hiroshima. So in Hiroshima as well, you find that there are tours. Many different school children are going around and trying to see the effects. And it was a very, I don't know, it was a somber experience. I'm glad that I was able to experience something that meaningful. It basically reminded us about humanity and how we can do something so drastic. Please, take me in your arms. I'm begging you, please. Take me in your arms. what's interesting about Fukuoka is its proximity to Korea. So there is a lot of like cultural exchange, and you can see that through their food as well. Yummy. Ooh. Make sure that when you order yakiniku in Japan, you also ask for garlic, because then they give you this little container full of garlic, and you put it on top of the fire and it just starts to sizzle.
So we're by Kushida Shrine, where I think the main event is going to be happening. They say at 4:59. I was told to go to actually another shrine somewhere probably a few hundred meters away, where they say there's less people.
God, everywhere that you look, the food is just like, you want to try everything. We get the food.
Oh, that's okay, we were outside.
Paying through a vending machine is such a trip. It was something that I really loved in Japan. I used to, what would I get all the time in a vending machine? Well, I would usually pay for my tempura soba on a vending machine. And then you've got your little condiments there. Classic. You'd think you're buying something from a vending machine that might not be of quality. Not in Japan. It's amazing. Oh, talking about Kagoshima beef, there's this place that has like amazing burgers and steaks. Again, we over-ordered. We said we over-ordered. We finished everything. So apparently, it's this phenomenon. You know how Japanese love to like, you know, sometimes dress up, wear makeup, you know, I mean the images that you'd imagine of like Harajuku, and it's basically technology having instant facelifts, making your eyes bigger, you know, putting lipstick, changing the color of your hair, and that's what it was. So we went in, and my sister, my dad, and I went and tried it together. It was just so funny. My sister's head was like this big.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You have like 75 seconds left. In the meantime. Okay.
So the ramen stadium basically supposedly puts together really famous ramen brands or ramen houses from different parts, and so it's a great place if you want to try a bunch of different ramens. It's all there, which I think is great. I gravitated towards the tantan men. Seemed like the only one that was serving tantan. Sorry, seemed like the only one that was serving tantan men, and I liked it. But you know, I find that the flavor of this tantan men, this naming tantan men, usually I'm used to a thicker broth. This had a lighter broth. Also, I think the noodles were a bit thinner, but I like tantan men to be very kind of like peanutty porky. It's just like thick and yummy. That's what I like it. So I prefer actually the ramen in some other places.
So Gabby, what happened? What happened? What happened? Tell us. What happened? No, I know, but what happened?
What happened to our plane?
Why are we here?
It broke.
It broke? What do you mean? Were we in the plane already? Tell us what happened. Tell the story. So, what time were we supposed to leave?
1 hour from now.
1 hour earlier. No, we were supposed to leave at
9.
9. 8:45, and now what time is it?
11.
11. And then they let us in the plane, right? They let us in the plane. Actually, it was delayed. We left about an hour after, and we all got in our planes. We all got in our seats. They gave us the instructions on, I was in an emergency seat, and they said, hey, so, you know, are you willing to help passengers? All that. And then it just stopped. They turned the lights back on, and I could see the bags actually getting rolled off from the plane, and I already knew that we were going to be disembarking. They say that the weather was so bad, I think, coming here, that I think the weather destroyed one of the lights of the plane. That's what we heard. I can't really confirm completely, but that's what they said. And so safety first. And yeah, they say they're going to take care of our accommodations, and we just have not heard the announcement yet. But we're obviously going to stay here for one more night. That's what it's looking like. Now we also have to get my dad another ticket. Oh,
Mark, I don't think you can take it.
yeah.
Make sure he doesn't see you. He's
Yeah.
gonna tell you to delete it.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Right.
He's gonna tell
Which
you
one?
to delete it.
So there. That's it. Let's see if that. So that's vlog post number 1. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed just yet, and stay tuned for more good stuff. Sayonara.